walking past each other, I figured it might be helpful for everybody else.
Well, I think Tony heard Water say something about it's going to end quicker than it started. And I think he was speaking about just, again, global trade and, how everything is interconnected now, especially in the modern times that we're living in. And I don't know, I think Tony might have misheard that and took that the wrong way. I don't know, I might be wrong, but just from observing.
Yeah, he can speak for himself. Yeah, go on, Tony.
Yeah, that's all I definitely heard. I thought y'all was going to dropping bombs or shit like that.
Oh, brother, no. You gotta tear down that wall, just like history repeats itself because we don't learn. It's that same shit, even with the peace negotiate. It's just that simple. This fool trying to make it complicated because his life's been a failure. His life's career has been a failure. He's been trying to do this forever. This is his last opportunity. So it is what it is for his ego.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the what is it, the Palestinian Authority? Yeah, they definitely have several attempts, at finally, establishing a two-state solution, and it has been the right-wing government of Israel to deter that, so this situation, and I've been educated about this way before, October 7th, I've been observing this situation for a long time. Arab Springs, all these things are not new on a global stage, but again, you have to keep looking at the figures that keep setting things in motion as to why all of these things keep repeating itself and keep happening. And again, you can use religion as a reason as to why this keeps happening, but I feel like that's just one lens.
I don't think it's religion. I think it's the emotions that motivate people. Greed, avarice, pride, jealousy, love, lust. Those are constant emotions. They're constant emotions in the human race. And so jealousy, avarice, greed, regardless of what time period, would probably wind you up in a different place, I would imagine.
So Michael Jackson, my question would be why are these factors always discussed, but not internal security? That when people are critiquing Israel's approach in the last couple of years, why is there very little discussion about what happened on October 7th, and why is that not part of the discourse?
I can answer that question because when y'all did that or whatever, everybody understood retaliation or in getting the people that actually attack y'all. No one's tripping about you retaliating and defending yourself. Y'all didn't go in with a group of army and stuff like that to get the people that actually did it. Y'all went in some following out orders and knowing the fact that spying on y'all, spying on y'all on the shit. I don't know.
So the people
that were of this, I want you to think about. Maybe you have more experience than I do on the topic. What amount of urban warfare plays into this? Noting that urban warfare, no matter what century you pick, is always ugly, is always brutal, and always involves the loss of innocent people.
So, okay, so the people that did it, right? They were pretty much ordinary Palestinians living in Gaza, right? And some of them may have come over from the West Bank, but they were just ordinary people.
To be frank, I understood those people to be Hamas militants, not regular Palestinian folks.
Yeah, but when you say Hamas militants, they are so. Who does Hamas consist of? It consists of
garbage.
They're funded by Israel, so it's irrelevant.
About the people that came into Israel on October the 7th, 2,000 of which were militants. 3,000 were militants. 2,000 were civilians.
And there's no way to verify
that's been spewed on this stage is palpable. For Christ's sake, when you talk about urban warfare, you have to look at previous urban warfare instances where there's 9-to-1 ratio. 9-to-1 ratio casualties to militants. And in Gaza, it's between 1.5, 2-to-1. Okay, do you understand the fucking difference between the two? You're saying that, oh, well, Israel, IDF wasn't going in, going after their targets. There are some people who just spew absolute fucking garbage because...
Are you done crying, or do you have a solution? Baby?
Let me match.
I know. You'll be able to listen to some logic and some facts and some reason, okay?
He needs to special.
Okay. Yeah, tell me what I said. Tell me what I have said that is wrong. Tell me something I've said.
Alright, yo, chill out.
Right?
One at a time.
You tell me what I've said that is not factual.
There's a lot of
Israel staged it, and they agree. Their own people agree.
Okay.
So you're in the dark ages again.
Well,
Water. That's not true.
Again, it's a stupid.
I'll pull up receipts.
according to this new guy on stage who interjected just now, he himself, so he claims that 3,000 were militants and 2,000 were civilians. What's really the difference? I mean, what is the difference between the 3,000 and the 2,000? What's so different about the two?
Actually, not a great deal, because all of them, right, were there to be able to kill Jews and to be able to murder babies and rape women and stab women in their vaginas.
Lies.
And do as much carnage as possible. So this actually
Rohan, we have people like you gonna be honest and be honest that y'all basically
Y'all not
been
gonna be
doing
able to
carnage
have
since 1948.
So
You
here's
know that
the
kind of
thing.
carnage.
Wait a minute, here's the thing. Y'all not gonna be able to have a conversation if y'all gonna start talking over each other. Somebody's gonna say something that you don't agree with. And that is the most opportune time for you to come back while you're on mute and think about what you're gonna respond. And come back with something that's so dynamite that knocks their socks off. But all this talking over each other, can't nobody hear you. So your point is pretty much mute. So if you really want to be heard, allow the person to finish, right? We can put a time on it. What y'all want? 60 seconds?
60 seconds first.
Yeah, 60.
60 seconds is fine.
You want 60 seconds? Okay. All right. So we're going to go with 60-second intervals, and we'll go from there. Rohan, you got 30 seconds because you already had like 3 minutes, huh?
60 is a bit long though. Like if we could keep it at 45 seconds, I feel like people should be.
Are you doing too much? You're doing too much.
Yeah, you ain't mine.
I said what I said.
Especially if somebody has been talking for 10 minutes.
Exactly. All right. So, Rohan, he left. Rohan gone.
People like that.
He ran out of Israeli
No, because you guys don't know how to have a conversation.
No, because we need solidarity. And
You about to get dropped, Water. You get on my nerves.
Well, no, you didn't let him give his full argument. If you'd let Roland say what he's going to say, I promise you, he'll make sense. You may not agree with him, but he'll make sense. He's a really decent fellow. He doesn't come to these conversations in bad faith. I promise you. I've known the guy for 4 years now, and he genuinely comes to these conversations in good faith. He's an Aussie, so he approaches politics differently than a bunch of people in the U.S. Aussie politics, I think, is a little less combative than U.S. politics. But point being, he's a good faith actor. He intends well. You don't have to agree with him, but don't dismiss him.
Hey, Mark,
That's your opinion, because I know him since 2022, and he's definitely
still
has
talking over
unfaith.
each other. Maybe y'all need to be put in line, okay? So y'all stand up in line, raise your hand, and then we'll get to you. How about that?
So I haven't spoken yet.
Can we just identify the culprits? I only see like 2 people doing this.
Raise your hand.
I raised my hand.
Okay, who raised their hand? 'Cause I was-
Josh.
Okay.
So my problem with that is he was just spewing emotional, inflammatory, erroneous, fallacies off the bat. So how many people, just to say, oh, they came and slaughtered babies, plural babies. Does anybody know how many babies were killed on October 7th?
I do.
1.
Exactly. One.
And did Hamas put a gun to that baby's head and shoot him? No. What happened was tragic and terrible, and it shouldn't have happened.
Must have been in the oven,
For
right?
one baby. No baby was put in the oven. That's a fake story.
Conversation, because your 60 seconds is going to be up soon. And everybody that keeps coming off mic, you're going to get dropped. We already told you you're in kindergarten since you guys don't know how to act like adults.
Yeah, no baby was put in the oven. One baby was killed. It was shot through a door. So it's not like it was done on purpose. Still terrible. Still not justified. 37 children total were killed. Again, terrible. 13 under the age of 13, but one baby under the age of 3 died. So when someone comes in the room saying, oh, they slaughtered babies, they mass raped women, as far as I know, there's not a single woman victim that can be named on October 7th that was raped by Hamas. You can't name a woman. I'm not saying that it's possible, not possible that a woman might have been raped and then the evidence was swept under the rug and all the chaos. But to claim mass rape is just idiocy. And
did you not see the pictures, or you didn't see?
There's no pictures of women that were raped. There's no picture.
There's also video.
No, there's not.
There's plenty of evidence. There's plenty of evidence.
I need an extra 15 seconds because of the interruption.
You don't tell us what you need. What's going on? Is his 30 seconds over?
Well, how did I get a fair 60 seconds if 25 seconds if it was interruption?
Don't ask me questions.
Alright, I'm sorry. So, how much time do I have left?
0.
Okay, well, then, that's that. There's no evidence, there's no pictures, there's no videos of rape. There's only testimonials, and you can look up the numbers of how many children were killed, how many babies, etc.
I did that while you were talking, and Google says 3.
So you're going to get dropped. You don't understand English. You speak it well, but I don't think you hear.
Hey, can I go now?
Okay, go next.
Alright. Marshall, the only pushback I have is you say he came in good faith. No, he came in insulting. Like, I don't understand why people do that. Like, oh, I like the guy. He's cool. He's a little bit of an asshole, but he's cool. No, he came in insulting people. He didn't even try to join the conversation. He came in, you fucking idiots, and da-da-da, what are you guys talking about? You called it good faith? If you called it good faith, I gotta question your faith. That's all I wanted to say.
No, that's not what I mean. When I call Rowan good faith, I mean if you actually engage him on conversations, he gives you honest answers. You may not like his answers. You may think they're answers that he shouldn't have, but he's honest with you. I can't defend ad hominems on other people. That's not. Jump toward not be very frank. I didn't hear him say it, but that's because I walked away from my phone. My point is, I promise you, having known the dude for 4 years, you get him to talk about this stuff and get him to talk about it in a way where you can actually have a decent conversation instead of people pushing back and forth or should think far too much of what this conversation is. I promise you, you'll get no better conversation partner than Rowan. You may not like him, but I like him very much. And he's always been a decent person.
And also to what Josh was saying. The thing is, like, what I was trying to tell Ron before he left is that one of the things that I realized that is recruiting, y'all not being honest with the public about what y'all like. That's why I love being quiet and being in your rooms and spaces in real life and shit like that. Y'all are in fear of a lot of all those Islamic people surrounding y'all, thinking they're gonna bomb y'all. So you want to knock each one by one, make it look like Palestine. When y'all really in your feelings and people put y'all put you in a safe place to actually speak like that, those are the things that y'all say. It's not just one person. Hold on, let me land. And so it's just like if you was more honest about what y'all true intentions is, I think people would respect you more. But you don't. You make it like we're defending ourselves, but defending goes to overkill, and then y'all going to the next. Y'all already was it?
Well, I feel like y'all give me pushed to the other side too.
Because it's like, what is it? I think they said next is Lebanon, Afghanistan. They already took down Palestine. I forgot the other one they want to do.
but y'all have a list of the different ones that y'all want to destroy.
I mean,
But y'all don't want to tell.
we went into because Mullah Omar failed to give us back Bin Laden, despite the fact that when he was expelled from Khartoum in 1993, he took up residence in Afghanistan as a place where he set up Al Qaeda with Salman al-Zawahiri, who to that point committed the Islamic Jihad, which was responsible for the murder and assassination of Anwar Sadat in 1981. Afghanistan is absolutely defensible.
Yo, dog, I will go out of my way for you, alright? If you're in my vicinity.
Not just Iran, no offense to you guys, with people from India, Pakistan, fucking, Afghanistan, because they found Mossad agents, some of them are from Afghanistan, inside Iran. Even amongst Palestinians. The execution that Hamas does to some of the people there is spying. They're spying on the Palestinians. The ISIS, apparently that ISIS leader inside Gaza is actually a Palestinian. He was locked up. Hamas kept him locked up until they bombed the shit out of that prison facility inside, jail facility inside Gaza. They let him out, and then he's working for IDF now, and he has direct links to the ISIS. So that makes you a traitor. And he's a Palestinian. So this is a big, big problem I had with a lot of people all over the world, right? And even America, we had an African spy, Jonathan Pollard. He spied for Israel on America. And while he was in American prison, he was blessed with the Israeli passport. In 1984 to 1985, he was locked up to 2020 until Netanyahu kept on begging him, hey, let him out, let him give him immunity. He gets his passport, he flies over to Israel, he gets a warm welcome by Netanyahu. Who gives a warm welcome to a criminal? So